I'm going to start this off. Adrian Wojnarowski said that the Raptors are lurking in trade talks for Kevin Durant. And why does this just remind me of the Kawhi Leonard trade, where nobody would, if you had put money on it, nobody here would have said that you thought Kawhi was going to go to Toronto. Again, I'm not saying that Kevin Durant is going to Toronto. I want to hear your opinions. Raptors fans, Raptors Nation, what is your opinion on Kevin Durant trade? Because obviously, if you did a Kevin Durant trade, that would involve Pascal Siakam. I'd assume because, right? What would be, okay, first off, Raptors fan, I want to hear right now in the comment section, do you want Kevin Durant? If you do want Kevin Durant, what would you give up for him? Because for me, I don't know, man. Obviously, that'd be insane. Kevin Durant on the Raptors. Woo! They have the assets to give it up. But, and this would feel like 2018, 2019 all over again. But for me, the thing is that I'm thinking about is, do the Raptors are a big team that have shown their continuity. They just needed depth. This was a team that they had all the pieces. They're bringing back Thad Young and Chris Boucher. Okay, they drafted Christian Colocu because they needed a big man, and Colocu is 21, so he can come in and give you an impact day one, at least 10 to 15 minutes off the bench. I could see him playing 20 off the bench, and we can all agree the Raptors' big problem at the end of the year was they were just staggering minutes. They were having to play like a 8-man, 7-man rotation. Okay, so we could all agree that the big problem at the end of the year was just they ran out of gas. That was my take from it, that they just ran out of gas. They didn't have enough depth, but this was a really good player that was like one or two pieces away from being, in my opinion, title contenders with the current roster. Now, that's where I want to hear your fans. Are you guys willing to give this up to go get Kevin Durant? That's my question. Is this worth getting Kevin Durant for? And for me, I think Raptors fans alike would want to know, like, I think the whole it's an interesting situation due to the fact that I don't want you guys to give up too much. Like last time, it made sense when our man DeMar was traded, because we all knew that DeMar, that time was getting close, you know? Like we all knew it was close. It was basically closing time for him and time to move on. But it doesn't feel like that for Pascal Siakam. In my thought process, if they did do this deal, it would have to include Pascal Siakam. And they have the trade assets because this is a team that doesn't really trade their trade assets. So for me, it is possible. But that's why I want to hear Raptors fans. Would you guys want Kevin Durant? Obviously, I feel like a lot of people would want Kevin Durant because it's freaking Kevin Durant. But my problem is this the move that they would want to do? Okay, and my phone just okay. The actor from The Shining and Blade Runner is dead. Not as important as some might have thought. But Woj is the one saying the Raptors are lurking. So that's where I want to hear your thoughts. Do you guys agree with this, or is this just preposterous? Because I love the current roster, but if it get moved, like I guess it would be a combination of Gary Trent and maybe Gary Trent, or yeah, I think it would be Gary Trent and Pascal Siakam would be the only guys I would want to package up for Kevin Durant. Would you guys do that or no? That's my big question is, what is worth Kevin Durant in your guys' opinion? What would you guys give up and why? I feel like if you guys don't have to give up, if it's a similar trade to the DeMar DeRozan trade and it was Pascal Siakam as the main piece, I'm actually cool with that. I don't know about you guys, but the idea of being able to, how do you put it? I feel like just make a difference. I don't know. I really just do believe that this is a team that if they just can get Durant cheap, and there's no way of getting Durant cheap, but a similar trade to the DeMar DeRozan trade, I feel like Raps fans, you guys wouldn't be mad. And I guess the similar trade would be that it would be with Pascal Siakam. Correct me if I'm wrong. That's the only guy I could see because his salary matches. Okay. Because Durant's on that super max or whatever. So for me, and he's on that long-term deal. Unlike Kawhi, it isn't a one-year rental. And if you guys look back at the Kawhi Leonard trade, the Kawhi Leonard trade was an interesting one because it involved, look, Danny Green and Kawhi were traded for 1 first-round pick, DeMar DeRozan and Yoko Puerto. Would you give up Gary Trent Jr., Pascal Siakam, and 2 to 3 first-round picks protected? I want to hear your thoughts. Is that too much?